The epic clashes, ancient mysteries, thrilling explorations, and heart-pounding adventures sound like your kind of thing? They sure do for me. As a kid, I basically gave myself a crash course in mature Egyptology, all thanks to the Mummy movie series. Yeah, it might sound a little wild now, but back then I was obsessed with everything about ancient Egypt. Pyramids, hidden tombs, cursed sarcophagi, and cryptic mysteries just waiting to be uncovered. In my dreams I was an adventurer fighting for hearts of zombies, mummies, and swarms of scar beetles. On a quest to uncover ancient aliens holding the Holy Grail, so I could drink unicorn blood and take over the world. When Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was announced, missing it wasn't an option. And if you're anything like me, you shouldn't miss it either. Why? Let's dive in and find out.
Dr. Jones?
The storyline takes heavy inspiration from Raiders of the Lost Ark, bringing that classic Indy vibe to life in a fresh way. We're diving into the world of the 1930s, meeting familiar companions, and of course, punching the Nazis. It wouldn't be an Indiana Jones adventure without that. Now, let's be real, this game is more about Indiana Jones than actual history. So if you're a hardcore history or science buff, well, you might have to suspend your disbelief a little. Overall, the story is fun and engaging, packed with lively dialogue, sharp humor, and plenty of entertaining moments. Our main man Jones keeps everything we love about him. His charm, his wit, and that unstoppable spirit. And yeah, he still hates snakes.
I've had the snake.
But sometimes he's just as sneaky as one. The main storyline moves fast. It's not great in a deep, thought-provoking way, but let's be honest, this is Indiana Jones. It's about big adventures, fights, whatever, and that classic pulpy fun, not some profound narrative. I enjoyed the plot for what it is. Would it blow my mind today? Probably not. But if I had played this as a kid, oh yeah, I'd have been obsessed. Let's talk about the gameplay. The game makes you tense the whole time you're playing it. Challenges, fights, and exploration will await you from the beginning. You'll have everything you need for a true adventure, including Jones' trusty revolver and, of course, the iconic whip. I can say the revolver is perfect for killing enemies though. And when you run out of bullets, just remember, the pistol grip still packs a punch. Let's talk about the whip.
Stay out of the light.
It's a great multi-tool. It will help you to jump over a hole, overcome obstacles, or stun enemies. The whip is a blast, and the game devs did an awesome job integrating it into the gameplay. Of course, you'll want to mix things up and try other weapons and fights. You'll have plenty to choose from. Rakes, shovels, machine guns, sticks, bottles, and the list goes on. Sometimes it's hard to choose from the abundance of available things for a battle. As you can imagine, there will be plenty of fights and at times enemies hit you hard. You'll need to hunt down items to restore your health and stamina. Things like bread, biscuits, fruits, and bandages. Different foods have different effects when you use them. For instance, bread consumption is beneficial for your health, fruits are beneficial for your stamina. As long as you're out there fighting and snacking on junk food, you'll have a huge range of loot to collect. Bottles, ancient reliefs, books, cards, documents, repair kits, and so much more. You'll find these treasures everywhere. But the real gems, they're tucked away in locked rooms and hidden spots you'll have to uncover. Maybe it's the best thing since sliced bread for me, because I enjoy going around and looking for special things. But not only collecting. Opportunity from time to time gives you a chance to steal some money. But be careful, if someone from the Nazis notices you, I bet it will be your last hit. Anyway, every now and then you'll run into some of the tough Nazis, and you'll need to level up your skills if you want to kick their butts. The game has no familiar leveling system or skill trees. Instead, when you have enough money, adventure points or medicine bottles, you can spend them on adventure books to enhance the main character's strength and health. If you're lucky or a hound dog, you can find books in secret places. But don't expect any extra cool skills if you're playing on some of medium difficulty. You could choose a difficulty level of action action and adventure experiences. There are 4 levels for action: light, moderate, hard, and very hard. For the adventure experience, there are 2 options: light and moderate. These settings allow you to choose how hard your journey will be in terms of puzzles and enemies. The enemies can be tougher than puzzles sometimes, and there is no need to engage with them every time. Sneaking or stunning are perfectly acceptable options, especially if you're low on supplies or pushing the limits. Don't worry, taking down a standard enemy one-on-one with your hands or weapon isn't a big challenge. But I can say the same about some big guys there. And sometimes, the game will deal at you with boss fights.
I guess not.
You need to be ready to study a working combination and spend some time. And as long as you're still alive and taking down enemies like a hitman mind-wise, always hide the bodies or else the enemies might find them and trigger the alarm. The stronger you get, the more boring fights with standard maps become. But if you're fortunate enough to find yourself in a restricted zone, the Nazis will swarm you in groups, and that's when the real fun begins. Whether you're sneaking around or throwing punches, odd things will happen too. For example, there is Gina, Joan's companion. Sometimes while I was sneaking from enemies, she could easily run near them and they didn't move. Or Gina could enter the battle with a few at once, and we could while I was waiting for the end and went to help. Also, when I tried to defeat the enemy in a room full of others who didn't pay attention and kept staying. Sometimes bosses can feel immortal. No matter how many times you take them down, they just keep coming back. For example, I kept throwing punch after punch at Locus's face, and it felt like it had zero impact. From time to time, there was a bug when he became a part of a furniture item. I admit that it was a good tactic for him to take in order to get the best of me. Also, at times, Gina would distract him and then he chased her. I can say that I was grateful, but it gave me time to catch my breath. Overall, such actions happen frequently. Perhaps such behavior depends on the difficulty level. Write in the comments what strange things you notice. But it's not all just bloody fights. Depending on your location, your experience will be packed with a variety of actions, from sneak maneuvers to unexpected encounters. The game features plenty of puzzles, side quests and exploration, taking you through ancient temples and tombs where no one has set foot in ages. Every area offers different challenges. You might need to unlock a secret entrance, arrange artifacts in the right order, use the light to reveal a hidden relic, or track down missing pieces to move forward. To access side quests called fieldwork, you'll need to find special notes. In my view, puzzles and quests are a huge part of the game. They really make you feel like an archaeologist obsessed with uncovering lost secrets. Plus, some puzzles are required to progress in the story, so there is no skipping them. There were a few where I was simply stuck trying to figure out what to do. The hated tasks with included an in-game camera drove me crazy. It was annoying and dull when I needed to take pictures and climbing everywhere to find the right corner or place. Until you're caught up by another puzzle, you'll be escaping to some incredible locations. The locations can be a bit confusing at times, but whenever I wasn't sure where to go, Gina was always there to guide me in the right direction. That said, the environments are stunning, and you'll definitely want to take your time exploring. The game includes many memorable and iconic locations from the Indiana Jones series. Right from the start, you'll be thrown into adventure, diving deep into the story after a short but thrilling expedition in the Peruvian jungle. You'll make your way through the jungle, avoid traps, explore an ancient temple, search for a relic, and of course, deal with a bit of betrayal along the way.
Adios, señor.
Next, the game takes you to Marshall College in Connecticut, USA. This is one of my favorite locations, because it's packed with ancient artifacts and little details, statues, figures, books and more. You can walk around, take the atmosphere of a well-known place from the mood there, and get a break from the constant danger that always follows Jones. Like the jungle, this place will keep you busy for a while.
I'm not so sure about that.
After the college, the story takes us to the next location, the Vatican, Europe. I was really impressed by the architecture, interior design, intricate details, and sheer scale of the area. From this point on, the adventure truly begins in all its glory. The player will face puzzles, mysteries, investigations, enemies, an intense boss fight, a meeting with Gina, and more. In my opinion, this is the most gorgeous location in the game. Next we head to Giza, Egypt, Africa. Here you'll really get to live out your dream as an expert Egyptologist, exploring hidden tombs and solving ancient mysteries.
Not unlock. Solve.
This location is special to me because the game lets you walk around near the majestic pyramids, explore excavation sites, and uncover tombs buried under the sands for thousands of years, even the great Sphinx of Giza. The designers did an incredible job with the lifelike details inside the ancient Egyptian tombs. They captured the environments perfectly. From the mural decorations to the funeral vessels, mummies, statues, hieroglyphs, and more. I truly savored every minute in this place and felt like I was wandering the halls of a real tomb. There is also the Giza village, where you can grab food and supplies for your adventure. What really stood out to me here were the beautifully decorated tents. Rugs, cushions, books, furniture, statues. The attention to detail was amazing. After Egypt, the story takes you to the Himalayas in the South Asia. This area isn't huge, but it's unforgettable. You're hit with snowstorms, massive snow drifts, ice blocks, and even a ship perched on the top of a rock. Most of your adventure will take place inside the massive ship, navigating through a labyrinth of rooms. The atmosphere is creepy. Frozen bodies with faces that look like they're praying to be freed from their pain, and the eerie sounds of the ship creaking in the snowstorm. The scattered frosted furniture and items add to the spooky feeling of what happened there. After making your way through the snow, you'll arrive in Shanghai, China. This map isn't that big, but there is no time to relax. You're thrown right in the chaos of war. Burning buildings, ruined streets, and constant airstrikes set the scene. One of the best moments here is getting to control the airplane and take down enemies with a turret gun. That was definitely my favorite part. While this area doesn't add much to the main story, its fast-paced action keeps things exciting. The next stop on the adventure is Sukhothai, Siam, in Southeast Asia. This area offers a chance to slow down and explore. A peaceful village with wooden houses along the river, friendly locals, and lush jungle surroundings. But the real adventure begins when you take a boat, swim, leap, and use your wit to navigate an ancient temple hidden deep in the jungle for thousands of years.
The game reveals the secret.
Along the way, you will solve different puzzles and uncover secrets. The temple itself is a massive and packed with details. An abundant multi-level stone structure and a giant red reptile waiting inside. Trust me, that was a surprise. Before heading in, make sure you have enough money to buy the right tool for the job. If not, the game will throw in an extra task, stealing the money instead.
Well, you're not bribing anyone.
The final destination is the ziggurat of Ar, Iraq, in the Middle East. This is where everything builds up to the story's climax. Visually, it's not the most memorable location, except for one strange detail. The ark surrounded by the Nazis' banners. That definitely stands out in a weird way.
There's Noah's Ark connected to the Great Circle.
Of course, the game design really helps you soak in the incredible cinematic atmosphere. The graphics quality is top-notch, whether it's the daily sunlight, swirling sand, thick smoke, or snowstorms, everything feels alive. The attention to details is incredible. Every building, every item is beautifully crafted. The textures and character designs are flawless, making the world feel so immersive. Epic music and world sounds make you feel like the true hero of this adventure. Honestly, this is one of the most cinematic games I've ever played. I was genuinely impressed. And with every new location packed with rich details, there is always something fresh to discover. This game is one of those rare gems that blends with nostalgia with tons of fun. I really enjoyed it. Sure, at times it felt a bit too long or slightly boring, but the game's dynamic pace always pulled me back in. So if you've got the spirit of adventure inside you and love Indiana Jones, don't skip this game. If you enjoyed my review, don't forget to share it with your friends, subscribe and hit the like button. Drop your own opinion in the comments or let me know if you loved this video or not. I've got my pistol and whip ready for the next adventure. Thanks for watching and see you soon.